Hello students, today I am going to teach you the first chapter of your Science 2. Class 10th, first chapter is about the heredity and variation. So your chapter is basically divided into two parts, that is heredity and evolution. Now about the heredity, we have also studied in class 9 that what is the meaning of heredity, what is the meaning of inheritance, and what is DNA. So the whole some concept is being explored in your class 10. Now when we are talking about the heredity, now you all tell me what is the meaning of heredity. Can anyone? Okay, heredity is nothing but it is the transformation of character from one generation to another generation. Now the transformation of characters like the mental character as well as your physical character. These character is being transformed from one generation to another generation. But the transformation is very slow. So we can say that heredity is nothing but it is a gradual change from one generation to another generation. So might be the characters may also change from father to son, or the characters may remain as it is. So these heredity character is being transferred. As we have studied in the heredity, the characters are going to be transferred, but how the characters is going to transfer? From the DNA. So DNA is the functional unit for the transformation of character. So we have already studied what is DNA. Now the full form of DNA is deoxyribonucleic acid, and we have studied something about the DNA and also about the RNA, that is ribonucleic acid. We have also studied that there are three types of RNA, and also they both consist of 4 nitrogenous bases. We have studied all these in our class 9. Okay, so just imagine I'm taking a revision of your class 9. Okay, we have yet not started our new topic of class 10. This is just a revision. Now tell me, where is the presentation or the location of DNA is? So all of you can say me that DNA are present inside the cell. Okay, now but inside the cell there are many other cell organelles are also present, like mitochondria, Golgi complex, vacuoles, and many more. Okay, so now I will be making a discrimination of your cell. Suppose this is your cell. Inside the cell there are many other organelles. Now we are going to study only about the 2 organelles now. That is about your nucleus and about your cytoplasm. Understood? So this is your cell. This is the nucleus of the cell, and this is the cytoplasm of the cell. Okay, so your presentation of DNA is inside the nucleus. We can simply say that DNA is present inside the cell, yeah, but inside the cell where actually DNA is present, DNA is actually present inside your nucleus. So the presentation of DNA is inside your nucleus, and the presentation of RNA is in the cytoplasm, that is outside your nucleus. Okay, so RNA is present inside your cytoplasm. Understood? So this is the basic presentation of your DNA and RNA. Now tell me, what are the types of RNA? RNA has 3 types in it. The name of its types are mRNA, rRNA, tRNA. mRNA are messenger RNA, ribosomal RNA, and transfer RNA. So now we are going to start our new topic. That is, your first topic of this chapter is about the transcription, second topic is translation, and the next topic is about the translocation. So all these three topics are basically connected from your DNA and RNA. Okay, now we all know that there are nitrogenous bases present inside the DNA as well as inside the RNA. There are 4 nitrogenous bases present in your DNA. Name of that 4 nitrogenous bases are, your nitrogenous bases of DNA consist of adenine, guanine, cytosine and thymine. They are nothing but they are present inside the structure of your DNA that makes a bond. That bond is called as a peptide bond. Okay, I will be teaching you about the nitrogenous bases structurally. Okay, now the nitrogenous bases present inside the RNA are adenine, guanine, cytosine and instead of thymine in RNA, uracil are present. Okay, so you can remind this very easily. See, adenine, guanine, cytosine and thymine. Okay, but instead of thymine in RNA, uracil are present. So only there is a one difference in DNA and RNA's nitrogenous bases. Okay, now these nitrogenous bases are what? They are nothing but they form the protein. They form the amino acid. Another name of protein is only the amino acid, and that amino acid will grows our body. Like it will provide the hormone to our body, our growth hormone, our hair hormone. All those hormones comes from the DNA. From where the DNA? From the nitrogenous basis protein. Okay, so these are the, like simply you can tell that these are nothing but they are the protein provider to our body in the form of amino acid, in the form of hormone. Now the structure of DNA. Now we all know the structure of DNA are double helical structure which is slightly twisted towards itself. Okay, now before going to start our new topics, we will see some introduction about the DNA. Now we have already studied about the structure of DNA, about the model of DNA, what are the nitrogenous bases present inside the DNA, how DNA form protein to our body, how it gives hormones or amino acid to our body. We have already studied all those in 9th standard. Okay, just you all know this is the structure of DNA. DNA consists of double helical structure. Okay, that double helical structure is being twisted by itself. Okay, so I was talking you all about the nitrogenous bases. Now where does this nitrogenous bases present inside the DNA? These nitrogenous bases are present like this in the DNA. These are the nitrogenous bases present inside the DNA. Nitrogenous bases, like if it is DNA, then adenine, guanine, cytosine, thymine. So they are the nitrogenous bases present inside the DNA. Now one thing, adenine is always bonded with the thymine. Adenine always makes a bond with thymine. You can remind this with the word at. At, that is, it is nothing but it is a bond inside your DNA, or it is a nitrogenous basis peptide bond of adenine and thymine. And guanine makes a bond with cytosine. Understood how it makes bond inside the DNA? So these, when they makes a bond or when two nitrogenous bases combine together, that is called as a peptide bond. So here your adenine is bonded with the thymine, your guanine is bonded with the cytosine, and your cytosine is again bonded with the guanine. Understood this concept? Okay, so when they makes a bond like this, then these nitrogenous bases bond are called as a peptide bond or hydrogen bond. Understood? The name of these bond or the name of your nitrogenous combination bond is called as a peptide bond as well as the hydrogenous bond. Now, at the time of making the protein or at the time of making the mRNA, now you will be get shocked that one of the RNA is inside the DNA or inside the nucleus and the rest of the 2 RNA is present in the cytoplasm. Okay, now pay attention over here. This is your nucleus. Inside the nucleus DNA is present. This is your cytoplasm. Inside the cytoplasm RNA is present. Now when it comes to our mind that if RNA is present, then the whole sum of RNA will present over in the cytoplasm only. But now we are wrong. You know, one of the RNA is present in your nucleus. That is messenger RNA. Messenger RNA is present inside the nucleus for time while, or we can say for some time. Okay, for some time it is present inside the nucleus, but as it makes protein, okay, it takes some nourishment from the DNA, or we can say that as it has become the protein, then at that time it floats down in the cytoplasm and that floating is called as a protein. Means we are getting protein packets from DNA in the form of mRNA. As mRNA has converted or transferred itself from mRNA to protein, its name goes on to be changed. Only the name change, but the function is of the synthesis of protein. Okay, now I will be explaining you all this in detail. This was just the short intro of this topic. Okay, now the synthesis of mRNA from DNA. Okay, see here DNA is present. DNA makes mRNA. After the formation of mRNA, the mRNA floats down and it becomes the protein. Or we can say it is a protein packet. This whole process is called as a central dogma. Understood? Central dogma is nothing but it is a process of synthesis of protein from DNA. Protein, now we all know that protein has been synthesized from where? From the DNA, but in the form of RNA. Only the name is changing, okay? But the main motto is what? The formation of protein. What DNA is doing? DNA, when we give the order to DNA that we want hormone, it's not like order, but as we need to grow, okay, then we need a growth hormone. Then that growth hormone gives us by the DNA. DNA directly don't come out from the nucleus to cytoplasm. It takes some kind of message, or we can say it is like as we are posting something. Okay, then we use the envelope, right? We keep our some letter or some amount of money in the envelope and then we post that. We directly don't post our letters, no, or our money. We use some envelope for posting. Same way here for carrying message or the carrying protein from DNA to cytoplasm, the function is being done by the mRNA. That is why mRNA is called as a messenger RNA. Understood what it carries? It carries the message or it carries the protein from DNA to cytoplasm. Then cytoplasm need that protein, it will use it. How it is using, that too I am going to explain you. Understood? Now the transformation of protein from DNA to cytoplasm, this whole sum process is called as a central dogma. Understood? Now central dogma, it is nothing but it is a synthesis of protein from DNA to mRNA. Synthesis means formation. Okay, protein has been formed from DNA to mRNA. This whole sum process is called as a central dogma. Now inside the human body, Okay, we are having a lot of amount of proteins, but that proteins are of like 20 amino acid is present inside the one human body. Not human body, in all the living organism there are 20 amino acid are present. Okay, this discovery was done by like 20 amino acid. This discovery was done by Dr. Hargobind Khurana. Now, while discovering, he has also got a Nobel Prize for this. Now, you all can imagine that there are only 20 protein present inside our body. Then how can we grow so tall? How can our hair can be so long? Only because of these 20? No, these 20 amino acids gets combined with each other. Like for an example, how many alphabets we have? We have only 26 alphabet, but by using that 26 alphabet, we are making new words, we are making multiple sentences. So same way, with the help of only these 20 amino acids, these 20 amino acids gets combined amongst each other for the formation of new protein. Understood? So these 20 amino acids get multiplied within itself and then it forms a new protein. That protein might be that protein for your color protein, that protein for your health protein. Okay, but the wholesome protein or the wholesome hormone that we are getting from the amino acid, which is being given to us by the DNA in the form of mRNA or in the form of protein. Understood? Now, we have studied that mRNA is present inside the nucleus. Then what about the tRNA and rRNA? They are present with the RNA. That is rRNA and tRNA. These are present in the cytoplasm along with the RNA. Understood the allocation of your tRNA and rRNA? They are present in the rRNA they are present in the cytoplasm along with the RNA. Understood? Now we have the distribution of rRNA. See, mRNA is present in the nucleus. rRNA and tRNA are present in the cytoplasm. Understood the location? Now, the first topic we are going to study is about the transcription. Transcription is nothing but it is just the process I will be explaining you about the formation of protein packet from DNA to mRNA. Okay, how the protein is being synthesized? Protein how? Like how it has been made? कैसे प्रोटीन फॉर्मेशन होता है फ्रॉम डीएनए टू mRNA. Okay, so I will be drawing some structure of DNA in front of you all and then I will be making the pairing of you. But you all also has to help me for that. Okay. Now, tell me the bonding of nitrogenous bases inside your DNA. The bondings are adenine has the bonding with thymine. Cytosine has the bonding with guanine. Understood? So these are the bondings which is present inside our DNA. Now at the time of formation, now imagine we are having a double helical twisted structure of DNA, but at the time of formation of protein or at the time of formation of your mRNA. Okay. Now we know it has a bonding, but at the time of formation of your mRNA, how does this formation happens? Okay, now pay attention over here. We have our DNA structure like double helical structure. Yeah, this is the structure of our DNA, but at the time of formation of protein or at the time of formation of mRNA from DNA, what happens? The double helical structure goes into the parallel structure like this. This is our the temporary structure for DNA for making the mRNA. Okay, now DNA always doesn't look like this. The always structure of DNA is like this. But at the time of formation of protein, our DNA changes its structure from double helical to the parallel structure for time while. Okay, for some time. As it makes mRNA, then again it's come to its same position. Now pay attention, we have nitrogenous bases over here. Yeah, this is the nitrogenous bases present inside our DNA. Now that same nitrogenous structure will also be present inside the parallel formation of DNA, which is for the temporary purpose. Why DNA has changed its shape? Just to form RNA or just to form our protein. This is for some time only, not the constant structure of DNA. The constant structure of DNA is this. This is the temporary structure for DNA for the formation of our mRNA. Now suppose here codons are present, that is your adenine, guanine, thymine, cytosine. Now the anticodes or in the opposite strand code, if there is A, then A is been bonded with the thymine. So here there will be T. If G will be present in this one strand on the DNA, then opposite to the G, cytosine will present. Okay, if T, then again the T is been bonded with the A. Okay, then C is been bonded with the G. If suppose T, then T again is bonded with the A. Understood? So these are the nitrogenous bases which is present inside the DNA. Then for the formation of protein, these nitrogenous bases breaks down into two parts. See, here there will be a breakage of adenine and thymine, or we can say there will be a breakage for the nitrogenous bases of this bond. Okay, this bond is called as a peptide bond, as well as this bond is called as a hydrogenous bond. So I can say that heterogeneous bond is being breaked now. Okay, as it gets break, then the another codon gets entered to this DNA. Okay, the another codon gets entered to the DNA and it forms the anticodon to this codon. Okay, anticodon मतलब इसका opposite वाला codon. Yeah, we can say that the bondation of this codon. Okay, now if there will be A, then A is been bonded with the thymine. Okay, we have already written this, but if we are making mRNA, then inside the RNA, instead of, we have already studied that adenine, guanine, cytosine and thymine. This is for DNA. Okay, but for RNA, what has been present? That is adenine, guanine, cytosine and uracil. Okay, then for instead of adenine, thymine will be present. Then thymine is present inside the DNA. But for RNA, what is present? Uracil. Then instead of T, we will be writing U over here. Understood what we are writing? U. Then for G, same, C. Then for T, again. This is thymine, then thymine, like it is present in DNA. Thymine has been bonded with A, so we will be writing A over here. Then for cytosine, again, cytosine has been bonded with guanine, so we will be writing G over here. For thymine, again, for thymine, A has been looked at, so this is A. So this is the structure of our mRNA, or we can say that the DNA has now formed the mRNA, or the DNA is now formed the protein. Okay, now as we get the anticodon, or as we have put in our anticodon, then after some time, these, now we know that inside the DNA mRNA is been formed. DNA के अंदर mRNA formed हो चुका है. अंडरस्टूड। अब ये mRNA फॉर्म्ड हो चुका है, लेकिन mRNA टेम्पररी होता है, मतलब एक बार प्रोटीन पैकेट यूज्ड हो गया, वो प्रोटीन पैकेट हम बार बार नहीं यूज कर सकते हैं। लाइक मैसेज, okay, once we have got the message, that message we can't use that again and again. That message if once used, then that message we will be deleting. Okay, same way, like example था एक, okay, like same way, if once the mRNA is been formed, then after the formation of mRNA, these mRNA floats down, or we can say these mRNA floats down. Understood? After the flotation of mRNA, it will be like this. U C A G A. Understood? This will be floats down. Okay. Or from DNA, अब mRNA फॉर्मेशन हो गया है, आफ्टर द फॉर्मेशन ऑफ दिस ये mRNA अब फ्लोट होकर नीचे आ जाएगा। जब ये नीचे आ गया साइटोप्लाज्म में, तो उसका सिर्फ नेम चेंज होगा, दैट नेम इज नथिंग बट द प्रोटीन, एंड वी वर नीडिंग व्हाट, वी वर इन नीड ऑफ प्रोटीन ओनली, दैट प्रोटीन गिव्स अस by the DNA. अब DNA what? DNA has given us protein in the form of mRNA. mRNA floats down, and that only the name goes to be changed. From mRNA, the name is protein, and this protein we are using. How we are using, what we are using, when we are using, that whole some question I will be explaining you in the next topic, that is your translation. Now this topic is about your transcription. After, pay attention, after, when this has been flowed down, okay, when it's flowed down, then after again this DNA, it floats down, and it's, when it has floated down, it has come down, and the structure of DNA will be as it is. So again the DNA gets coiled itself. Understood? Again DNA gets coiled, it has its own regular structure, when only after the formation of your mRNA. When the formation of mRNA is been done, it floats down in the form of protein, and the same structure of DNA will be as it is. Like DNA has done nothing, right? ऐसा लगेगा DNA ने कुछ किया ही नहीं है, but the main function is been done by the DNA in the formation of mRNA. Understood? When the formation of DNA to mRNA to protein, this has been called as a transcription, or the actual process, how the process is been done. So that process structurally is called as a transcription. DNA has been transcripted. It has first uncoiled itself, then it has coiled itself. Okay, so two helical structure of DNA has been coiled and uncoiled, coiled and uncoiled, till it has made it its mRNA. Okay, if one packet of mRNA has been made, then it is been traveled down to the cytoplasm. But if we need more packets, right, if we need some more 2 packets, 3 packets, then again and again the DNA will function the same. DNA will function the same. It will again uncoil itself, it will have another code mRNA, then that mRNA floats down and make the protein packets. Understood? So this process is called as a transcription. Yet till what we have studied? We have studied about the heredity, okay, and we have studied about the DNA and DNA and rRNA. Okay, full form of DNA is deoxyribonucleic acid, RNA ribonucleic acid. Okay, these are the full form. Then after what we have studied? We have studied about the 20 packets of amino acid present in our body, that is been discovered by Dr. Hargobind Khurana. Okay, for that he has got the Nobel Prize. Okay, Dr. Hargobind Khurana along with its two scientists, like we also need the help for someone for doing the new things, so he has also taken the help of its two scientists, and along with the two scientists he has just won the Nobel Prize by discovering that the presence of amino acid is present in our living body, not in only human body, in whole living body. Only 20 packets of amino acid is present. That amino acids multiplied itself to form the new proteins. Understood? So this was nothing but about the amino acid. Now what is the meaning of central dogma? The process of synthesis of protein from DNA to mRNA is called as a central dogma. Central dogma मतलब प्रोटीन बनना. प्रोटीन बनना मतलब प्रोटीन किससे बनता है? प्रोटीन डीएनए से बनता है, लेकिन डीएनए से प्रोटीन कौन से फॉर्म में बनता है? एमआरएनए से, फिर बाद में प्रोटीन बनता है. ओके, तो ये प्रोसेस को बोला जाएगा सेंट्रल डॉगमा. ओके, अब हम लोग ने ट्रांसक्रिप्शन में व्हाट वी हैव स्टडीड, वी हैव ओनली स्टडीड अबाउट द दिस मच पार्ट. इसका एक्चुअल वर्किंग कैसा होता है? ओके, हम लोगों ने ट्रांसक्रिप्शन में वही पढ़ी है कि एक्चुअली ये वर्क कैसे करता है. एक नॉर्मल डीएनए होता है, डीएनए ट्विस्टेड रहते हैं, नॉर्मल स्ट्रक्चर, बट एट द टाइम ऑफ फॉर्मेशन ऑफ एमआरएनए डीएनए क्या हो जाता है? अनकॉइल्ड हो जाता है. अंडरस्टूड? दिस अनकॉइल्ड इज टाइम वाइल, मतलब कुछ टाइम के लिए डीएनए क्या हो जाएगा? अनकॉइल्ड हो जाएगा. तो जो डीएनए के नाइट्रोजीनियस बेसेस रहेंगे या डीएनए के हाइड्रोजन बॉन्ड्स रहेंगे, ये बॉन्ड क्या हो जाएगा? ब्रेक हो जाएगा. ठीक है, जब ये बॉन्ड ब्रेक हुआ तो वहाँ पर न्यू बॉन्ड की एंट्री होती है. ये न्यू बॉन्ड इज नथिंग बट हमारा एमआरएनए. एमआरएनए क्या करता है? अपोजिट कोड पुट करता है और यहाँ पर बॉन्ड बनाने का ट्राई करता है. ओके, अपोजिट कोड्स पुट करेगा क्योंकि वो आरएनए है, तो जब भी वहाँ पर कोडॉन्स में टी रहेगा तो वहाँ पर यू हो जाएगा. ये यू का जब फॉर्मेशन हुआ तो यहाँ पर एक एमआरएनए बन गया. ठीक है, जब ये एमआरएनए बन गया उसके बाद यही एमआरएनए फ्लोट होकर नीचे आएगा और देन वी विल बी यूजिंग दिस एज अ एनर्जी और एज अ प्रोटीन पैकेट्स. Understood? So this was just about the transcription. Thank you.